Hello and welcome to episode 160, and for this session stroke video I've been joined by my mate Wayne.
Morning.
Sort of our annual little trip together. We was here 2 years ago on Oak Lake, on the other side of the lake. That particular time I had a banging session and yeah, probably less said about it the better. And then we come again last year, but we was on Woodland Lake, and we blanked, didn't we? Did we blank? Or?
No, I had a couple of little ones, didn't we?
Yeah, I can't.
You caught one when I was having a... You caught my rods.
I can't even remember. I'd have to refer back. But anyway, but this year we got booked in nice and early so we could get back on this lake and get booked into some decent swims. I'm in peg 30, 31, and Wayne's next one along in 32. So I've kind of got basically kind of open water and the slight tip of a little island to the left of me. Wayne has kind of got a bit of open water and an island to cast to. So we've got some decent swims. They're both kind of well known for producing good bags of fish. So I've probably jinxed it now. Yeah, I know. Puts right under pressure from the start. No kit out of the van yet. Yeah, we've only just got here. Literally all I've got out of the van is the unhooking mat and the nets, because we had to dip them on the way in, which we have to do when you get here. But yeah, we're here for 72 hours, so we should catch something in that time, hopefully. Right, we'll get back to you later on. Till then, let's go fishing.
Let's go camping.
Right then guys, so a couple of hours has passed since we done the intro, and the rods are now out. So what I've decided to do for this session is fish 2 rods aiming for the carp and one for the cats that are in this lake. The left hand rod is the rod that's going for the cats, and that I've got the end of an island, which is the edge of my boundary in this swim, round to my left. In fact, you can just see the tree here. This tree here is the sort of the overhanging tree off the point of the island. So I've decided that's the rod where I'm going to fish for the cats, because cats are sort of known to patrol margins and that. So that's why that rod's going to stay there for the cats. If I'm unsuccessful aiming for the cats over the next couple of days, I'll change it to going for the carp, but we'll keep it going for the cats for a couple of days at least. And then the middle rod and right hand rod are just open water. My right hand side of the boundary of my sort of fishing area is just open water. So I'm staggering me rods distance wise as well. It's about 10 wraps to the cap rod. Yes, I'm fishing 11 wraps on the middle rod and 13 wraps on my right hand rod. So basically a kind of a diagonal stagger at length. Again, the reason behind that, there's an island in front of Wayne in his swim that's a bit further up than the island to the edge of the island where I'm fishing for the cats. And kind of that 10 wrap, 11 wrap, 13 wrap distance that I'm fishing is kind of the line between the two islands. So that's why I've decided to do that. I've got IQD rigs on both the carp rods. The main reason for that is when I last fished on here 2 years ago, if you saw that episode, I did quite well, and that was on IQD rigs then. So I've gone straight to IQD rigs again to start off with, and we'll see how it goes basically. So yeah, that's what I'm doing so far. No knocks or anything so far. I mean, the rods have only just gone out anyway, so it'd be amazing if I had a take already. Right, we're going to go down to Wayne's swim and let Wayne tell you what he's doing.
Afternoon guys, you join me in my swim, which is 32. Today I'm fishing one rod to the tip of the island out there, just over 12 wraps with a little yellow pop-up on a Ronnie rig. And just to the right of it, that big bush, I've got another one just to the right hand side of that with a little wafter on. And then I've got another rig just around the corner of these reeds, again with just a little wafter on. Scattered a load of pellets around there, and I just used my throwing stick and chucked a load of boilers scattered in that whole area. It's over there, so fingers crossed I get a bite and don't get bitten. This is going to be hard work, isn't it, these wasps?
Right, and guys, during this video I think we'll be doing regular wasp updates. That's right, as you can see we are absolutely inundated with wasps. I'm only zoomed in on a few here. This is Wayne's swim and it looks like there's a nest under his platform, but yeah, there are just wasps everywhere. So I think it would be amazing if me and Wayne get through this session without actually being stung, because it is absolutely infested. Right, stay tuned for the next wasp update. And it's the latest wasp update. Wayne has set a trap on a little fence post which is behind us to try and entice the wasps away from us. And it appears to be working a little bit, because there are quite a few wasps here. Stay tuned for the next wasp update. Right then guys, I'm going to put some bait out now. Obviously I've already told you I'm fishing two different tactics, going for cats and carp. So I've bought two different lots of bait with me. Pellets for baiting up for the cats. Just a load of basically 10mm halibut pellets, nice and oily, nice and smelly, for attracting cats hopefully. And then as we're at Coking Farm, which means we are in CC Moore territory, and as many of you know, I am affiliated with Hinders now, so I'm using mostly Hinders hook baits. But we are in CC Moore territory, and this complex, this lake, sees a majority, probably of CC Moore bait. So I am fishing Hinders hook baits, which we'll go into later on, but I've brought with me there's about 4 kilos of 10mm live system in there. They've all been glugged up as well, so that they're nice and smelling nice and more attractive to the carp hopefully. So yeah, so pellets for the cats, live system 10mm for the carp. Oh, that looked very good from here.
So it can work under pressure. Not very often.
And we have the latest wasp update. They are loving the PVA foam nuggets. Right guys, it is now roughly about 8:30 in the evening. As you could probably tell, the light is now fading. So I've just recast all my rods on some fresh bait for the evening. Up to now the fishing's been a bit slow. There hasn't really been any indications of anything up to now. Made one slight subtle change. Not with a cat rod, that's in the same place, but with the carp rods I've come slightly more round to my left. So earlier on when I cast them out, the middle rod was aiming to the swim that you can see in the distance, slap bang in middle, which is 24, and my right hand rod was aiming towards 23, which is sort of just on the right of that. I have now brought the carp rods round to the left a little, so my right hand rod is now aiming towards peg 24, the swim dead in the middle of your picture, and then the middle rod is aiming towards peg 25, swim which is over there somewhere. So that's the only slight difference. It does mean I've brought me rods off the baited spots, you know, off that bait I put out earlier on. So but I ain't worried about that too much just for tonight. I mean, it's the distance that they've moved is probably actually out in the water is probably a rod length to the left. So the rigs are still near the baited area, so I ain't worry too much about that for tonight. And then tomorrow I'll drop some more bait onto them new spots. Right, unless anything happens in the night, I'll see you in the morning. But hopefully you will see us in the night. Good morning guys. Unfortunately it has been a quiet night for both me and Wayne. No action through the night whatsoever. As you can see, Wayne's just doing a rechuck of his rods. I haven't done mine yet because I'm going to wind the rods in soon anyway, so I can go up to the food cabin up by the shop and go and get some breakfast. And while I'm up that way, I need to go and use the on-site conveniences, shall we say. So I'm not going to do my rechucks until I've been and got breakfast, because I'll need to wind in for that anyway. But good night's sleep, Wayne.
Very good night's sleep, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, so it's been a bit quiet so far. So right.
Apart from your snoring.
I don't snore. Right. So after I've been and got breakfast, then I'll redo my rods. I'm going to stick with the same tactics. I don't feel I've got any reason why I need to change. So I was saying to Wayne last night maybe why it's being difficult conditions at the moment, and it's only a theory, I could be wrong, but we've turned up on a Monday straight after when it's traditionally busy here at the weekends, and maybe we're just struggling at the moment because a lot of bait has gone in over the weekend from the weekend anglers. I know this place always gets fully booked out every weekend. It's a good lake, popular lake, and it gets busy at the weekends. And we were saying, you know, you've had all the weekend anglers bait go in at a weekend, So probably coming on a Monday, which we did straight after that. It might be difficult because the fish are going to have to get through all that weekend bait first, like, so it's just a theory.
No, that's what it is.
Right, anyway, right, we'll get back to you when there is some sort of action happening. Right guys, rods are out, if you just seen, and also a bit of bait out now. After a bit of local advice from a local who's just turned up a couple of swims down, he was saying that the spawn can sometimes spook the fish away on here. So since yesterday the wind has swung round a bit. Yesterday we had a left to right wind. Today we've got a sort of, you know, it's blown over our heads, so we got a, you know, it's blowing that way, the direction that we're casting, so it's a bit easier to put some bait out. So using the catapult, hopefully less disturbance, and try that tactic. So right, fingers crossed, less disturbance might do it. And today's wasp update is there's a bit of beef going on in the wasp world. That's it, break it up lads. Oh no, I said break it up, that's it. No, I said break it up. Leave him alone, go on. That's it.
I'll leave it there just in case.
Yeah, I know, that looked nice and close. Alright guys, it's just gone midday. There's still been no action yet, so just going to do a sort of a midday recast on some fresh hook baits. So while the rods are out the water, it's a good opportunity to show you how I'm at least trying to catch the fish at the moment. As I said at the start of the video, last time I was here 2 years ago, and if you watch that video, you've seen I was catching all the fish on IQD rigs. So that's exactly how I'm fishing at the moment. So there you go, I'm fishing them on, and I've just pulled the tubing out the tail rubber. Right, so lead clip system, and as you've just seen, lead tubing, about 18 inches worth of tungsten dark matter, anti-tangle boom, and then the hook length itself is maybe about 5 inches, like I say, IQ2, and then IQD rig. And if you can probably tell, rather than actually tying a knot, I just put mine on with a little hook bead. Saves a lot of messing around tying knots. And then, as it has been a bit quiet on the fishing front so far, I'm just going to do something a little bit different. I haven't done up to now. Up to now all I've been doing is putting a PVA foam nugget around the hook just to stop tangles. But this time round, going to add some extra attraction with a sort of a golf ball size mesh bag of 10mm pellets. So yeah, just kind of hopefully a bit of added attraction around the hook itself, rather than just loose hook baiting. We'll hopefully get something going, because it's I say we're about 24 hours into our fishing now, we're not even a nibble, so it's getting a bit demoralising. So you know, maybe this will make the difference, it might not. Give it a try. Alright, and guys, so obviously the fishing is still a bit slow. I know I look a bit dark here, but it is absolutely roasted. Oh, excuse me, it's absolutely roasting today, so just trying to sit in the shade of my bivvy at the moment, just try and keep a bit cool. Who knows, maybe the hot conditions the reason why the fishing is a bit slow. There's been absolutely no fish showing whatsoever out in front of us. Last night the fish didn't start showing themselves until it started getting dark, so I would imagine it would be the same again tonight. But yeah, so all tactics I've obviously showed you so far just haven't worked. So one of the lake's bailiffs is 1, 2, 3 swims down, and I've just seen him cast out a solid PVA bag into the margin. So basically I'm going to keep a sneaky eye on whether he catches on that, and if he does, you know, I'll be copying that. I do have some, if you can see my buckets behind me there, I do have some solid bags already tied up, ready to go. So if I decide to go with that tactic, so they're already made, so I don't have to waste time tying up rigs and bags. So yeah, just waiting for Wayne to get back. He's gone up to the shop to go and get some dinner from the on-site food van. But yeah, just really sort of contemplate. Obviously we're well over sort of 24 hours into the session now, so what, about 28, 29 hours into the session now, so and not even a sniff of a bite. So obviously I've already said one rod is just out for the catfish, and if I haven't had anything cat-wise by tomorrow evening, I'll switch that over to fishing for carp as well. But I'm going to persist with fishing for the cats on that rod for the time being. Alright, anyway, I feel like I'm just waffling to the camera now because nothing's actually happening. So just waiting for Wayne to come back with food. Right, whatever I decide to do, I'll let you know, keep you informed of what's going on. Till later, see ya. Nice.
Oh, I didn't know so.
As you see guys, Wayne's just had to do a recast. The reason being, just had a really positive sort of drop back, and then we thought it was going to be our first sign of activity between us, but unfortunately when Wayne lifted up his rod there was nothing on the end, but it was a good positive drop back, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, so that's our first sign of action so far, guys. Oh guys, I was hoping for a red letter session. Instead I've been given a red letter balloon. Right then guys, evening time now, and the rods have just been rechucked. Just see Wayne over my shoulder doing his wraps to do his evening rechuck too. So yeah, as you probably noticed, I did decide to put one rod out on a PVA bag after all, just to see if it makes a difference to our fortunes. The cap rod, that's exactly the same. Middle rod still on the IQD rig, and then as you saw, right hand rod is now on a solid PVA bag. So fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. Another change in tactics might turn things around, because nothing's happened so far. Another slight difference I've also made with the PVA bag rig and the IQD rig is I've got some of the new the goo in the sherbet flavour, so I've given the PVA bag and that mesh bag of pellets that was on the IQD rig a good old dousing in that sherbet goo. So another small change might make a difference, might not, but we have to try some up. Right. Oh, and Wayne looks ready to do a cast, so I think we're put. Hey, yeah. Let's put Wayne under pressure and see where this cast goes.
It is getting dusk, so I've got an excuse, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the light is fading.
I can't see my pathway marker.
I know it's getting quite dark, isn't it? No, not happy with that one. Right then guys, so we'll leave it there. Like I say, hopefully something can happen tonight, because it's feeling like we should have had something by now. Like I say, we're 29 hours into the session now, and it does feel like we should have had something. So right, hopefully we will see you in the night.
Whew. At last, Chris has saved the day.
Well,
We hope.
not yet. Get under the line. Pull it around so it's not going to cause me a tangle. Oh. Yeah, come back round. You are going to tangle me, aren't you? You bastard.
Anything you want me to do, Chris? And nip one pearl one.
Yep,
Like a professional.
You ought to go back under the line the other way now. And on the solid bag as well. That was just
Was that?
switch to. So God, he's doing all this fighting in the margins. Head up.
In the net.
Oh.
Yay, a fish!
Hey. Right then guys, well, 10 minutes into a tactic change, 15 minutes tops, and the right hand rod raced away, and we're finally off the mark. £13 on the nose. As I said before I cast it out, solid PVA bag. This one had the a fruit salad wafter on it. So yeah, finally off the mark. Not a massive fish, not a particularly pretty fish, but we are off the mark.
Well, you are.
Yeah, well, about time. Right, I think it's safe to say that rod's going to go back out on a solid bag. And maybe the middle rod too.
Nice one, Chris.
Cheers, Wayne. I've got no idea what time it is, but it's obviously the middle of the night. But I have fish number 2. Middle rod this time on the IQD rig. What bait did I put on it before I cast it out? I think cherry bonbon, I think, was this time. So, fish number 2, bit heavier than the first one, £19.6. It's giving me a proper beating up on the bank as well. So, yeah, so It's not enough to make me switch both rods to the PVA bags yet, because obviously that's one each now, one PVA bag capture and one IQD rig capture, so neither particular rod is kicking off just yet, but slowly and steadily they are coming along. Well, for me anyway. And yeah, she is proper beating me up on the bank, so we'll get her back soon. Just got to do a couple of pickies and then we'll get her back in the lake.
Nice one, Chris.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Nice shower as well, thank you.
I know. Right guys, just a quick mini update. I thought it was cherry bonbon for some reason when I was talking about the fish on the map. It wasn't cherry bonbon at all I caught on, it was blackjack. The reason why I remembered was because their beats are white, and I remembered white at night, so there you go. So yeah, that's all. Alright mate, so you've decided to put a bit of bait out now as well.
Yeah, what I have been doing hasn't been working.
Yeah, after 2 nights in and no fish, it's got to try something different.
Yeah. Yeah, bang a load of their house pellet in, see what happens. Can't be any worse what I'm doing.
Okay, so we're at this point, we're almost 48 hours into our session now. I think Wayne's starting to feel the pressure now, aren't you mate?
A lot of pressure.
So 48 hours in, it's been really slow going. There's been a few fish out, but I think the one guy we've noticed catching the most fish is sort of opposite Wayne, and he's using a bait boat, and he's literally driving the bait boat into the island, kind of almost into the rushes before he drops his rig with all his bait, and he's been picking up quite a few fish on the other side of the lake. So
picking up all my fish.
yeah, so obviously getting tight to an island is key. As you've seen, I've only got open water, so I don't even have that option. I've got the tip of that island to my left, and I can't go tight anyway because of the overhanging trees. So because of a past session where on Broadlands where I was fishing with Ginge, and we saw the advantage of his bait boat, and we're seeing the advantage of someone on here in multiple catches they're having with a bait boat. I am toying with the idea now. I don't know about you, but of possibly purchasing a bait boat myself in the future, because there's a couple of sessions I've been on now recently where I've seen a bait boat. There's definitely been an advantage and definitely gets you more fish. I know they're not for everyone, and it's not going to turn into a debate about whether it's cheating or not, but yeah, I'm definitely toying with the idea of getting one. But yeah, like I said, the pressure's off me now. It's still been a bit slow up to this point. Had 2 fish, but to be fair, I would have expected sort of this time of year in the swims we're in definitely to have had a lot more fish than what we've had, or some fish.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd say it's not been a blank for me, but definitely would have expected more fish kind of this far into the session by now. I've also made the decision that if the cap rod over to that island doesn't do anything during the course of today, when I do my evening recasts, I'm going to sack off going for the cats because they're obviously not having it, and then probably drop a PVA bag on that rod instead. I'll still chuck it to the same point where I was fishing to the cats, because it's a baited area I've been working for the last couple of days, so stick with the same spot, just on carp tactics rather than cat tactics. But yeah, it's about 24 hours to go. You're feeling the pinch, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, they say blessings comes to those who wait.
They do. And
72 hours making me wait that long, it's just not fair.
And hopefully the wait is worth it, mate.
Can't see himself. I'm going to take your teddy in a minute. Your good luck charm.
Right then guys, we'll get back to you later on with hopefully some fishy action.
Moist. That swim. Not this one.
Here we are then guys. Well, 52, 53 hours into the session. And did you just do an arse wiggle then?
Aye. Probably see, no, it can't be.
And Wayne has finally had a run. Right, let's go and see if he needs a hand land in it. Fish in the net.
Well, we're into our 50-something hour.
Yeah, well, thought he's about 53 hours in.
Yeah, it's really starting to panic now. Well, he was. Just went to answer the call of nature. Just walking past Chris's bivvy and heard a receiver going off. I even had to take up my pocket and check it's mine because I didn't quite believe it. And sure enough, I've been rewarded with a prize eventually. And what was the weight of it?
1714.
1714. And that was on a Ronnie rig with a little yellow sent from heaven pop up. And there she is. A blank saver. That's a scored set for Luke as well. A blank deal last time.
Yeah, first of many hopefully.
Yeah. Maybe it was that pellet with molasses I soaked in there. I chucked out earlier, maybe done the trick. But I think I might put some more of that out later.
Nice one.
Thank you very much.
Finally.
Pressure off.
Yeah.
Good old scrap too, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I sort my other two rods out as well. It's been a bit of a tangle. Magic.
So, and off into the murky depths.
At last. Oh. Dinner time, I think.
It will be in about an hour, innit?
Yeah.
That's it. Now Wayne's had a bite, and he knows he's got at least had a feeding fish over his area. So, I'm going to put a bit more bait out. I think I'll probably do likewise as well, because I haven't put any bait out since first thing this morning. Right then guys, so Wayne's just popped up to the food cabin to go and get our dinner for this evening. So I thought I'd let you know me tactics for what that's going to be for this evening. Normally I've been putting the bait out a bit later the last couple of days, but I thought I'll get the bait out nice and early this evening for sort of going in for tonight's part of the session. As you noticed, to bait up for the left rod, that's sort of off the point in that island, it's easier if I go to the swim to the left and catapult in pellets from that swim. So that's what I did. No one's in that swim, so it's nice and easy to do. So yeah, baited up that swim with pellets. That's the swim that I was baiting up for the catfish, but as nothing's happened on the catfish side of things up to now, I'm going to jib it off now going for the catfish. I'm going to switch that rod to a solid PVA bag and fish for the carp now on that rod. Middle rod, you saw me catapulting out some boilies. That was just 10mm live system. As I've already said, that rod's at fishing at 11 wraps, and sort of 11 wraps is about the maximum kind of 10mm boilies would go with a catapult. And then with a throwing stick I baited up with some 15mm Mystic Plum boilies with a throwing stick. So I just needed a bit more distance on that one, so that's why I used the throwing stick and a bigger boilie, just to get that extra couple of rod lengths. Oh. Oh. Middle rod's come slightly up. And was it just a liner? Oh, just ever so slightly it come up then. Oh, exciting. So yeah, so once Wayne gets back and we've had dinner, I will redo all the rods. I'll stick to the IQD rig on the middle rod because it's had a fish, so you know, no point changing it because it's caught a fish. And then I'll stick to the solid bag on the right hand rod as well. So yeah, so that's my tactics going into this evening. So just got to wait for Wayne to get back now with the food. Starving. Right then guys, so on top of that bait that you just saw me putting out, I've just put out a bit more pellet across the whole area. So the pellet that I've been using to bait up what was the cat rod, the left hand rod, I've just put probably a couple of kilos out, but not in one particular area. I've basically peppered my whole area. So basically just to try and get that pellet working and get the fish kind of just moving around in my general area, as opposed to then the bait where I was kind of concentrating it on my actual fishing areas. The pellet I've literally scattered around my whole kind of swim, basically just to try and get the fish kind of in and around my swim. So yeah, so just a little update on an extra tactic I'm trying for the last night. Time will tell if it works. And it's the latest wasp update, and they are liking my cider. He had all his bastard mates with him a minute ago. Get at me. Oh no, he's gone in. He's gone in. Oh, he's got out. Didn't quite hit the mark, but right then guys, so that's about 2 o'clock in the morning. Had a screaming run on my right hand rod, got out my bed, and as I was running down to my rods I could see Wayne was playing a fish as well. Unfortunately Wayne behind the camera lost his, didn't you mate?
Yeah.
But
Good.
But I managed to land mine. Just weighed this one. He's a £20 on the nose, a common, as you can see. So what did I put on this one? Right hand rod with I think it was the fruit salad waffler again. It was either a fruit salad waffler or a blackjack. I'll have to investigate, but oh, well, he's giving me a nice early morning shower. So yeah, but yeah, right hand rod on the solid PVA bag again. I'm pretty sure it was a fruit salad wafter though. And yeah, so I landed mine. Unfortunately, Wayne lost his.
Nice fish, that.
Yeah, not bad at all. On the first fish, it's over. I'll say over £20. It's not. It is £20. So right, we'll get a couple of pickies and then get her back, because after Wayne's little loss, he's got a bit of a.
I've got a lot of clearing up to do.
Yeah.
Entangling.
Right, and guys.
Well done, Chris.
Cheers, mate. Right, guys, I've just got that rod back out. Once I looked at the rig, I realised it was actually the blackjack I caught on. And yeah, so that rod has gone back out on another blackjack wafter. Right, hopefully see you soon. Right then, guys, so it's about an hour and a half after that last fish. It's about about 2.5 hours. Yeah, I think it's about 4 o'clock. I don't know. About 2 hours after that last fish. But right hand rod has gone again. Oh, another common. A little bit heavier than the last one. 23.5 pound this one. But this one put up no fight at all. He didn't give me a rip roaring run or nothing. The bobbin come up to the rod and then just kind of held there. It didn't run or anything. So I was unsure about whether to strike into it to begin with, because I wasn't sure if anything was actually on. I thought it might have been just a liner. So I dropped the bobbin down, and immediately the bobbin come up, back up to the rod. So I thought, yeah, something's on. Lifted into it. Sort of swam to my left, kind of tried to go in the reeds. I just kind of held the rod there, waited for it to swim back out into open water, which it did. And practically just wound it in like a dog on a lead. No fight at all, this one. But yeah, again on the blackjack wafter, put a blackjack wafter back out again in the solid PVA bag, and it's done the trick again. So yeah, these fish seem to be liking that aniseed flavour.
Yeah, they're all starting to wake up now. We're going home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's taking some time, but they're finally coming.
Yeah. Well done, Chris, nice one.
Cheers, mate.
Happy days.
Right then, guys, so fish number 5, and well, I was actually fishing for these for the first 48 hours, and then because I hadn't caught one, I stopped. And then oh, it's having a big horrible poo in my unhooking mat. No. Yeah, so I stopped fishing for these, and then when I wasn't fishing for them, I've gone and caught one. Only a little kitten, as you can see, and that poo smells. Oh. Oh my god, that reeks. Yeah, I haven't weighed it, but it's probably about £5 at a push. Right, the bailiffs have said if we catch any kittens we can let them go in Long Lake, because they want all these ones out of Oak, so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, finally caught a catfish when I wasn't even trying for one.
Nice job. Nice to have a bit of pussy when you're fishing, isn't it?
Guys, we are done, dusted, gear's all packed up and in the vans now, and we are about to go home. So it was a bit of a slow start for this session. As I said at the sort of top of the blog, I thought it would be because of you coming straight in after weekend anglers and probably fishing on other people's bait, and you kind of have to wait for that to clear, and well, that pretty much is what happened, isn't it?
Yeah.
As we got further into the session, it picked up. After that last catfish you saw me have last night, I did have another run, and unfortunately I lost it. Playing it, and my hook link had snapped somehow, so could have had 5 carp. You could have had 2 carp, but
Wasn't to be.
But no, like I say, it was a slow start, but got there in the end. But at least he didn't blank this time.
No, I'm happy with that one. Much better than none.
Exactly. Right, my next video I'll be fishing at Chad Lakes, and I'll be fishing for the first ever time on the home pool. So I'm fishing with a couple of mates, Paul and Craig. So that should be a good one. It's only a little pond. Some of you might even call it a stock pond, it's that small, but it's got some big fish and gorgeous fish in there, so really looking forward to that one, and I'll start that session tomorrow. But anyway mate, it's been good fishing with you
And
again.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, same time again next year.
I reckon that's what we
Right, till next time guys, tight lines.
lines.